welcome back to my channel. This is Sri Radha Debroy, your sociology educator. So in this video, we will be covering part 5 of our MCQ series, and if you haven't watched the other parts already, the link will be provided in the description box. Please make sure that you check it out. Now these are my basic academic details, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please subscribe and press the bell icon so that you are notified every time I upload a new video. So let us start with our first question. Auguste Comte's idea of development is expressed in which of the following three stages? Militant, industrial and post-industrial, theological, metaphysical and positive, primitive, ancient, feudal and communist, ancient, feudal, capitalist, primitive communism. Alright, so the answer to this question is option B, theological, metaphysical and positive. So Auguste Comte's idea of development is expressed in the stages of theological, metaphysical and positive stages. Now, Auguste Comte says that every society passes through the following three stages, that is theological, metaphysical and positive. So first we have the theological state. Now what happens in the theological state, in very simple words, is that people think that whatever happens in society happens because of some supernatural agent, which may be some god or some other entity. Now, in the second stage or the metaphysical stage, what happens is that the concept of God as an entity is not there, but whatever happens is thought to be caused by some supernatural force. So, there is a force, there is not God as a entity, but there is a supernatural force which works. And in the positive stage, whatever happens in society is thought to have some scientific causes. So, everything is caused by some scientific reason. So the second question we have is, which of the following theorists coined the term symbolic interactionism? Goffman, Blumer, Simmel and Mead. Alright, so the answer to this question is Blumer. So Blumer or Herbert Blumer coined the term symbolic interactionism. He was basically a student of Mead. Now let us try to answer the third question. Who wrote the book India's Villages? M.N. Srinivas, Louis Dumo, Robert Redfield and Gould. Alright, so the answer to this question is M.N. Srinivas. M.N. Srinivas wrote the book India's Villages, and this was originally published in the year 1955. So let us move on to our fourth question. If wishes and values do not consciously or unconsciously distort the reporter's description of the situation, then the report is subjective, objective, absolute, original. Alright, so the answer to this question is objective. So objectivity by definition means something which is without bias. So if you see the question properly, the question says that if wishes and values do not unconsciously or consciously distort the reporter's description of the situation. So in simple terms, if the wishes and values of the reporter do not influence the reporter's description or the reporter's report, then the report is said to be objective. The next question we have is match the following. So you will have to match list 1 with list 2 and the options are given here. Now let us look at the questions first and try to solve them so you can think of the answer, and then we will have our discussion. Alright, so let us begin. So the first one we have is neo-local. Now neo means new and local means locality or residence. So in this case, this will mean married couple lives anywhere on their own outside their respective families. So they are neither living with the wife's parents or the husband's parents, but rather they are setting up a new locality and living anywhere on their own outside their respective families. Okay, bilocal means both or two. So here in this case, this will be married couple is allowed to live in either husband's or wife's family of origin. Matri, you know, matri means mothers. So, married couple lives in wife's mother's household, and D patrilocal means married couple lives in husband's father's household. So, here we have A3, B2, C1, and D4. So, let us look at the options here. So, the answer is option B. The sixth question we have is, we find disguised employment where too many people are working when so many are not required, less people are working when many are required, people are employed as per requirements, and none of these. So the answer to this question is A. Too many people are working when so many are not required. The seventh question we have is, who studied power elites in America? C.W. Mills, Lewis Coser, Ralph Dahrendorf, and Wilfredo Pareto. So the answer to this question is C.W. Mills. So he was the one who studied power elites in America. So he has this book called The Power Elite. The Power Elite. And this was originally published in the year 1956. So you can note this down for your future reference. This is very important for your exam and often comes as an MCQ question. Alright, so the next question we have is, the branch of feminism, which is movement of people working for change across national boundaries, is global, liberal, radical, and cultural. So as you can see from the question, it says people working for change across national boundaries. So the answer will be global feminism. A peaceful coexistence of distinct ethnic groups in a society is called integration, assimilation, amalgamation, and cultural pluralism. So the answer to this question is cultural pluralism. So cultural pluralism by definition means various small groups, cultural groups which are distinct from each other, which are different from each other, yet they maintain a peaceful coexistence and stay within a broader cultural community is basically called cultural pluralism. So you can see from the definition by itself. So you can see from the term here, plural means various or more than one. So cultural pluralism means various cultures existing together peacefully in a society is called cultural pluralism. The mobility which does not change the social status of an individual or group is known as vertical mobility, horizontal mobility, social movement, and social change. Alright, so the answer to this question is horizontal mobility. Now, if you see the question properly, it says the mobility which does not change the social status of an individual. Now, what happens when the social status of an individual is changed? So, when the social status is changed, the individual moves from a lower social status to a higher social status. So, in this case, the movement is in this direction, a vertical direction. Say, for example, the son of a rickshaw puller becomes a IAS officer. So there is a vertical change in the social status, that is, this person moves up in the social scale. However, in case of horizontal mobility, the movement is in this direction. It is horizontal in nature. Say for example, one person changes the company, so the person moves from one company to another company. So there is not a change in social status but just a horizontal change. So in this case, the mobility which does not change the social status of an individual will be horizontal mobility. So with this, we come to the end of this video. If you have any other video requests, you can comment down below. I'll surely make videos on them as well. And if this video has been helpful, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you in my next video. Till then, keep shining.